Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Kyle, we are seeing all kinds of mixed trade here today as we wait for cash trade to come through and that cattle inventory report. Tell me what you make of trade today.
Yes, ma'am. With that cattle trade, like you said, has been all over the board today, up and down. We did get these April live cattle up there towards that 239, almost 240 there for a moment. When we started seeing those cash trades start to funnel in there at that 238 to 240, we traded 238. We've seen bids jump up to 240, 240 and a half here in Nebraska, and I've heard some guys are holding out for 241. They might yet get it here today. So the South, they've been trading pretty stout as well. So like you said, there's that semi-annual cattle inventory report that is this afternoon here that comes out at 2 o'clock, and I think that's kind of what's got the feeders on a little bit of the defensive here. They're kind of looking for that report here maybe later today. But all in all, that report, I guess I'm looking for it to maybe see if we've basically stopped herd liquidation, not necessarily build, but kind of see if we've just basically stopped the herd liquidation. So on the feeder cattle side of things here, that January feeder cattle, those are going to be cash settled against the index. That index looks like it's going to come out potentially over 370 here today. So if folks went home long January feeders yesterday and settled against the index, they could be kind of happy here. So a lot of moving parts as we wrap up the week, and pretty good cash trade here, Lacey.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. Taking a quick look at our hog futures, February lean hogs down 22 cents, April down 27. Yesterday's cash hogs were down $1.90. Pork cutout values were down $1.62. Do remember that trading futures and options involves a risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. Consider these risks before investing. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
The Nebraska FFA Foundation supports students like Caden Van Winkle from Tri-County through grants. Caden is building his online channel he calls KVW Outdoors.
I go hunting, fishing, all sorts of stuff outdoors, and I take my viewers along with that and explore the outdoors, try to be an advocate for the outdoor industry.
Supporting students as they pursue their dream and creating career connections. Visit neffafoundation.org. This message is brought to you by Frontier Cooperative. Bryce Duskett here with the Rural Radio Network. You've heard us talk about this new podcast we launched called Surviving the Family Farm. It's a show where we dive into the real issues facing family operations. Topics like succession, conflict, and what happens when business and family collide. It's a show where we have 3 experts, no fluff, just honest conversations. You can watch and listen online right now at ruralradionetwork.com. And we want to hear from you. What questions should we tackle next? Submit your question at ruralradio.com/ask.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Grains are still lower as the outside equity markets continue to shift dramatically, spilling over into commodities. Gold has fallen over $300 an ounce today, and the dollar is sharply higher. Corn futures are 4 cents lower with heavy pressure from outside markets, and soybeans are also down. South American weather remains a bit mixed, with the Brazil harvest moving ahead and seeing some record-setting production so far. And the extended forecast is looking a bit better for Argentina after the current dry run. Crop condition ratings, however, have taken a hit with lower soil moisture for both countries. Wheat futures are lower with some consolidation going into the weekend. Weather for the plains has warmed back up after the cold spell, but chances for moisture are still very limited. March corn is down 4.5 at 426 1/4. May down 4.5 at 434 1/2. March soybeans down 6.5 at 1065 3/4. May down 6 3/4 at 1079. Chicago March wheat down 5 1/4 at 536 1/4. May down a nickel at 545 1/4. March Kansas City wheat down 3 3/4 at 543 1/4. May down 3.5 at 554 1/4. March soybean meal down 230 at 293.70. March bean oil down 32 cents at 53.71. February live cattle are up $1.05 at 236.55. April up a dime at 237.37. March feeders are down 3.87 at 361.25. April down 3.80 at 359.42. February lean hogs are down 35 cents at 87.35. April down 27 at 95.17. And class 3 milk for February is down a nickel at 15.29. That's a look at your markets. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.